some of that is pretty old, but some of them are, some of this is definitely of significance in terms of our work in different places and different collaborations which we had in the past. I would like to, oh yeah, actually I almost forgot. I brought you some small gift also for all of you. Maybe you know that I'm Polish born, so we have different type of hospitality, I guess, than Americans. Even though this is my country now. So this is some Polish chocolate for all of you to enjoy in the meantime.
I thought it's CDs.
You don't want CDs, you want the chocolate.
And there are several references, and I hope you can have time. When I started to think, obviously, to why did I come here, one of the reasons to come to Egypt this time was for the defense of Auntie Hal, who was my student in Columbus for 2 years, and she finished her PhD, defended just a few days ago. And it started actually in 94, 95, when there was Diab El-Saidi from Manufia University, who was my first PhD student from Egypt. So this is a second generation, almost like a granddaughter, I feel. So, and that's obviously, you can also see that we keep changing as well in terms of our hair color. Yes, that was me in 95, I guess. So, I wanted to start with the, is it working? Okay. With a short introduction, just a few minutes of introduction, what we are doing in the lab right now. These are currently my grad students. There are 4 grad students, and one of them is Bonjour Lee, who will be graduating next in the next few months, and he has been working very actively on the effect of essential amino acids, specifically methionine in Atlantic salmon, and he was using some very specific, I heard people are interested in soybean, he was using very specific soybean source in those diets, which is Schillinger genetics, the new variety of soybean, which is very interesting because it has a low level of oligosaccharides and actually very low level of trypsin inhibitors. And we found for the first time really very exciting results with this particular soybean product. And also very interesting in the part of this discovery, we have found out also that methionine could be very important in terms of pancreas development and activity of pancreatic exocrine enzymes, which was definitely a new finding in terms of fish nutrition. So we're just preparing this part of work, and it will be definitely a very important part of the work. For the last several years, we indeed worked with the vitamin B1, and I was choosing this subject because number 1 is one of the vitamins. Number 2, it's a very serious problem, as I will show you in a moment, in Great Lakes in US, but it's also spreading out and it becomes known as a problem in some other locations in the world. And there are evidence of some of the deficiency of this particular vitamin from the Baltic, for instance, and some even birds and other animals and reptiles in Florida suffering from vitamin B1 deficiency. So this is a spread problem which it's kind of was under surface, under our radar, and becomes really very important. So I think this is what all of us should be aware of and try to address this if this happened to be the case. And part of that was also this relationship to the mercury toxicity, which I will show you probably just in a few minutes as well. And we do work on yellow perch because this is a local species in the Great Lakes, very important species economically, commercially. It's also a subject of aquaculture. It has several problems, so this is why we address them as well. Recently we moved to the area which I find particularly exciting because I was spending my sabbatical just a few years ago in University of Ghent in Belgium with Patrick Sorgel.